Hi golfers, Nick here for Nick Tally Golf. It's Friday, so welcome to another lesson on golf tips. This week on Golf Tips, we're going to talk about the hand path in the golf swing. Why is it so important to hit consistent golf shots? And I'm going to share one of my favourite drills to help you golfers out there play better golf. First up, we're going to talk about one of the biggest mistakes I see with the hand path in the golf swing. We're going to talk about what you should do and then a drill to help you achieve this. So in the backswing, one of the biggest things I see, or biggest issues I see, are the golfers taking the hands too much on the outside. Now you see me use the grid before. Just to remind you guys out there, these lines represent the golf club head, the path that it should travel on, and the hands. So the hand should move inwards along with the golf club in the golf swing. And the reason for that is because of the way the golf club is designed, right? It's designed on an angle to the ground. Because it's designed on an angle to the ground, we're designed to swing this club on an angle. Okay, if the club was made like this, then we'd play golf like that. But it's not, it's made on an angle. So we have to swing this golf club on an angle. You've got to think about this as the club to be the most consistent, the most repeatable. You have to swing the club on an angle around your body. As you can see here, I set up, this club's at an angle, I'm trying to swing on this angle when I play. So that's the most consistent way to swing the golf club. And what I see, the biggest issues I see are golfers that take the club away from this angle, which would be off the grid, right? This is kind of our roadmap for the golf swing, right? The roadmap is to swing the club and the hands in around the body and back inwards on the way through. And as soon as you take that club off that plane or off the grid, it makes it much harder to hit golf shots. So you do see some players, some of the top players, they do have the left arm a bit higher at the top of the swing, but they manage to find a way to reroute that club on the way down and get it back onto the grid. It's so important that you try and have as less deviation off plane or off the grid as possible to help you hit consistent shots. So, like I said, some players do take it off grid and drop it back in, but that's a harder way to repeat the golf swing. And if you think about, if you don't have much time to practice, you're not playing every week, you want something that's going to be more repeatable, then keeping it on plane makes it much more easier. One of the biggest reasons for golfers taking the club off plane is not tilting and turning their body in the golf swing. So when we set up, always get your golfers to have your weight slightly to the left and keep it on the left. And if you can do that, that will help with the hand path. But at the same time, we have to move the shoulder down. That tilts the shoulders. We have to change the knee flex. That tilts the hips and helps them turn. By keeping the weight forward, tilting the shoulder down, changing the knee flex, this is going to help us take that hand path more inwards. So if you keep this knee bent, you don't really turn, then the arms will start to lift, and then from there you're going to probably slice the golf ball, which is obviously a weaker way of playing, and it's not very good. So we need to try and keep the club on plane and on the grid. So the best golfers will tilt, turn, keep the weight forward, and move the hand path more inwards. And then it's the same on the follow through. So now I'm going to hit a couple of shots here. The first one's going to be what I see the biggest issue is golfers taking the hand path out, not really turning or tilting in the backswing. Let's see what happens to the shot. So I'm going to have my weight more evenly distributed, not to the left at setup. I'm not going to turn, I'm going to take my hand path more out and swing across. Now, I tried to hit that best I could, and you can actually see it's not such a bad shot. I'm using an 8-iron here, pitched around 110 yards. You'll see the club data there, 3.9 degrees out to in. My attack angle was 0, right? Didn't hit down on the ball, which is not great. On a mat, you can get away with that sometimes, but obviously on the golf course, you're probably not. So now I'm gonna keep my weight forward at setup, tilt my shoulder down, take my hands inwards in the backswing, back inwards on the way through, and try and turn a bit more in this backswing, see what happens to the shot. So more solid hit. You can see on the screen there, slight push out to the right, but that changed my hand path and my club path into the golf. You can see my club path there was 5.8 degrees inside to out. It was faster. The shot was dead straight. It had very small curve to the left, so tiny little push draw. So, and I hit down on the golf ball as well, and more towards the center of the face, and I think that's really important as well. Hitting the ball out the center, swinging on plane, and hitting down on the golf ball, all key things to help you golfers out there play better golf. So now we're going to talk about a drill to help you golfers out there sort of achieve this and help you get a feel for this. I think this is so important. Obviously, doing these videos, it's really hard sometimes to really get you guys to feel something different. Now, I'll try and explain it as best I can, but actually doing some drills and doing it in the right way is obviously going to help you do that. One of my favorite drills for this to help you golfers out there is a very simple one. You may have seen me talk about this before, but all you need is 2 tees. Now, you can use tees, you can use a towel, you can use gloves, whatever you want to use, but tees pretty much most people have in their golf bag. So very simple drill. So what I'm going to do with these tees is place them under my arms. Now, when I swing the golf club here, I'm going to keep those tees there. Now, for me to create any sort of power in the golf swing and still keep these tees there, I'm really going to have to move my body in the right way, and I think this is really going to help you golfers out there get a feel for this. So as I'm making these swings here, you can see I'm tilting my shoulder down, starting to change my knee flex, my hands are working inwards. The only way I can create any power is by swinging this golf club around my body. Like I said, we've got to try and stay on the grid. This is not only going to help us hit more solid shots and more inside out, but also it's going to help us create more power and depth in the swing. Right, the best golfers, that they might take the club out or the hands out, but they manage to reroute that on the way down to get that club back onto plane. So trying to not deviate off plane to begin with is really going to help. So having some tees and making some swings is really going to give you golfers out there feel for this by starting to move the body in a different way. Let's give it a go. So you're going to feel quite restricted with this as you swing. So I've still got the tees there, I think. So as I set up here, I'm keeping my weight forward, tilting my shoulder down. This is not only going to help us take the club more inwards on the way back, but also on the way through, which is key for solid golf shots here. So let's give this a go. It does feel very restricted, but it's going to get my best shot here. I think it's a good way for you guys to practice to feel this. Okay, not bad hit. So slight pull to the left, but solid enough shot, pitched around 160 with an 8-iron. Club speed was a little bit lower than the previous shot here, but you can see the contact there was dead out the middle. Swing path was around 6 degrees into out, 4.5 degrees downward. So it may just been slightly closed with the face there, but solid path, solid contact, downward angle of attack, all those things that are so important for you golfers out there to hit better golf shots. So very simple drill, guys, and you know if you've done it correctly because those tees will still be under your arms. So hopefully that gives you guys something there to work on to help you really get a feel for this with the hand puff. But like I said, that's so important to move your body in the right way. So I'd love to hear your feedback, guys. If you try this drill, post your comments in the box below. So thanks for watching, golfers. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you again next week for another video.
The most